So today I'm going to show you guys how to make your own storage, but first I want to introduce you to those who have inspired this video. This is Jack, and he is a pyrite, which also sounds like pirate, which is why I call him Jack. You get it? And this is Martha. She is a citrine. Now, even though these guys make a great team, you know, Jack's personality could be a bit abrasive, and I don't want him to rub Martha the wrong way. So I decided to make these bags in order to keep them apart. So the first thing you're going to need is muslin, and do not cut your fabric, because if you have cotton, you can absolutely do this. You just want to snip the fabric and rip it off, and it will always cut it on grain. But again, it is fabric, it's a woven, so in order to make sure that your piece is still symmetrical, you want to tug on the corners, which is the bias, to straighten out the shape. So you can see after I'm done doing this that I actually have not a really symmetrical square. So I'm just gonna again tug that in the opposite direction of what my dimensions are going, and now you can see I have a perfect square. So I'm gonna press out my fabric and also press it in half, and if you guys want to know the dimensions for my bags, I will put that in the description box. Now pressing your pieces in half is going to eliminate that bottom seam, so what you want to do is actually fold that in the opposite direction, and you're also going to press a ½ inch over at each end. This is going to help you out a little bit later to create your tunnels. Now with your right sides out, which is opposite of how I'm holding it right now, you're going to sew up those two sides. And if you want to print your fabric, you want to decide where that's going to go now before you sew it, or you can do it after you finish the bag. To do that, I'm just going to place a piece of cardboard in between the middle so that the ink doesn't go through the other side, and boom, you're done. So I've sewed up the two sides of that bag, and now I'm just going to clip the corners, and this is just going to make it easier when you turn the bag right side out. But before you do that, you first want to press your seams open, and this is Bible. If you learn how to sew, this is the first thing that you learn. You always, always, always press your seams out. So now you can see that's nice and flat. This is going to make the bag look so much better when I turn it right side out. And also, this is pressing in the sides of our portion that we're going to turn in a tunnel for the drawstrings. So you want to press that over with those seams in, and we're going to top stitch on the right side. So now that you're done, we can turn the bag out, and to do that you just want to stick your finger right into the corner. Yes, this does help if you have long nails, and you want to turn that right side out. And that should pretty much get it to the point that you need it, but if you like a really sharp edge, and I do, you can take a little tool like a chopstick and stick that right into the corner, and you'll see that that makes it perfect. And just in case you were curious, this is not a sewing instrument, this is actually a mixing stick for gel. So we're pretty much done. Now you just want to pick your thread of choice, and I'm actually using a twine as well as a cord and threading that onto a safety pin. Now there is actually a tool for this. I believe it's called an elastic threader, because normally you would use this for threading the elastic through your pants or your skirt, but this is the cheaper version, and this is what I used in school. So you're going to just simply pull that through the tunnel, and you're going to go from one side to the other side, making sure that you form a loop on one end. So the two parts that are open, you can simply tie into a knot, and boom, you're done. Now you want to repeat these steps on the other side so that you have a loop that's formed on the opposite end. And this is what allows you to get that drawstring effect. It pulls in both sides evenly. So now I can travel with my crystals and not worry about damaging them. If you guys don't know, I did mention it on Instagram. I'm actually going to LA this weekend, so that's why I decided to make these. Now I'm actually leaving tomorrow, so make sure that you guys are following me on all of my social media, because I'm going to be posting like all day, every day. And also I want you guys to tell me places I should go, things that I should see, so definitely interact with me there. And if you guys want to know how I made the stamps that I use for these bags, don't worry, that video is coming, and I do remember I promised it to you in my, notebook video. So look out for that in about a week and a half, or, you know, when I get back. Bye guys.